Yeah, I wouldn't say too, and it's alright. People hate on it because someone one day said it was bad, and so now everyone hates on it. No, I tested it myself, and I judged it bad. Grade 5.
Okay, guys, here we go. Another match going on. Got this match up exploding now. The fight I've already opened up. We have the red team Necromancer heading over here to Quarry. Looks like a bit of a shadow refuge play over here by the red team, and blue team reinforcing with 3 people over here at the waterfall to already counter it a little bit. Let's jump in and see how that's going. Over to Leggy's point of view here now.
Yeah, there it is finally.
Currently looking at Leggy actually just bursting down Lord Helseth. Couldn't even get through that portal, unfortunately. It's going to be Team Ugly versus Denial Esports, by the way, guys. As we're seeing here now, Helseth was just brought down there, trying to res him up now, trying to get him up, and unfortunately they did manage to get him back up into that fight now, so he's brought back in.
Yeah, they're trying to. We see the blue team Denial game trying to keep Ugly off point right now, just to save mid. But we see the Guardian standing there. Of course, can scout or scout can, and Tage standing into mid, and Ugly already shifting into mid, which is very important for them, just to be sure that they don't lose that point very early in the game.
Looking into it now, we have a bit of a split push coming in from Ugly. They were a little bit split up here. Denial Esports is doing a pretty nice job of making sure they're split up here. Teppy as well is under pressure here. Hyxo's sort of getting low, and they're sort of just trying to keep Scout Can back off the point. Helsa absolutely hates Necro, so obviously they're going to focus him down first here. Scout Can already being brought down here. Bearshook are going to try to come in here and res him back up, getting him back in there now. Vanishar as well is down here now, but Denial is going to get him back up pretty quickly there. Did take a lot of bursts coming in there from Blue Team's Mesmer there. So Mufasa did do a pretty nice burst job on them. Beersjunger as well being down now is going to give Denial Esports the pretty significant advantage on this team fight.
Yeah, the question is it enough? We always see respawns happening, going into mid again contesting it, and as we just saw Waterfall being decapped by Leggy, now coming back into mid, trying to help out his team, being is down now, as well as TP and Mufasa, so they will have a hard time fighting into mid. Actually, one of them just got stumped, so Denial Gaming looking very strong. Once they get this point, we will see them again just standing on those points, getting their close point again, and then waiting for the enemy team to react.
And we are going to see Denial Esports as soon as they stomp out Leggy here. They're going to get this middle point to themselves. Waterfall is decapped with no control, but Foxy Gossip Girl is going to fall back, Dentry rather, is going to fall back and take that for himself, which will give Denial Esports the advantage here now.
Yeah, I'm really curious how Ugly is going to react to that. It seems like they are trying to force a fight on Waterfall. Foxy Gossip Girl already kept it, so it's good. They just need to focus on staying alive, which should be possible. Vanish tried to move there, just got caught out by Vanish. Actually, being 2 is there, but he should probably stand on point instead of TP now. Tage already joining the fight, so everyone's shifting to Waterfall while Quarry got decapped.
Indeed, that is, and it's going to give Denial Esports a full-on 3 cap now, as they did manage to get the Quarry cap in their favor as well. Denial Esports is going to take a significant lead here now, but we have Ugly fully devoted to this point. Vanachar is going to be the first target, and more than likely will get taken down here in the next couple seconds, getting chained down here pretty easily, and yes, Ugly will take him down in a very inconvenient spot for Denial Esports. They're going to stomp him out and just let him go down, giving them the advantage on this team fight. Now, if I were Denial, I might want to consider pulling out at this point, considering the fact that they're down 1 person, and they already control 2 other points. But again, now that's being turned around, as they are going to lose control over Quarry as well. So now they are sort of forced into this team fight here at Waterfall. I don't know what you think about that, but
yeah, it's hard to make such a decision. You need to focus on what you're doing, because you're actually in a team fight. You can't miss a dodge or something like that. But you need to keep the overview, as we just like we can, which is pretty hard. And we now see Ugly roaming around, killing everyone on Waterfall. They got Quarry, so they can keep up to Denial Gaming for the moment, but of course they are fighting for their close point. The respawn timers are on, so people will start joining those fights again, and Denial Esports doing a great job on holding on.
Indeed, looking back over here to Denial, holding strong at this point right now. Mufasa TK was brought down, so he's going to force a lot of Ugly to jump on them and get that body rezzed up here now. Vanishar as well is the prime target here for Ugly. Going to fall back off the point, probably not the prime real estate location to go down at the moment. He's going to go down off point now, and actually with an updraft there, might go down as well, but this Flame Tooth going to come in and just bash him down. Hyxo Exorcism was also brought down, putting Denial in a very bad spot in this fight over here at Waterfall now, possibly in position for them losing it now. But keep in mind as well that their base is right there, and they can get reinforcements to this point pretty quickly.
Yeah, Legi actually took care of mid, got the decap, is actually capping it right now. Waited for the portal to run out before he left to help out at Quarry, I guess, where Hellside just took out Can Scout. But now with Legi joining, he needs to be really careful because he is low on health already. No heal inside 2 seconds again, but he just used a nice blink up the ledge just to get into safety.
And that was this 1v1 will continue for some time, and the fight is still erupting over here at Waterfall as reinforcements piling one by one over here from Denial Esports. Hyksos is going to pass it by now. I think they're finally just going to let this go. Hyksos is going to fall back over here to Graveyard now, as that is completely open. You almost never see that. And that's going to be brought back into his team's favor, assuming he can get that full cap back off. No one else from Red Team is going over there to react to that, and it does look like that Ugly's going to continue to fight for this Waterfall point.
Yeah, they are really dedicated to get this point, and it seems like they got the edge right now. Only Tage left against 3 members of Team Ugly, but Hixotistan already on the way with his Ride the Lightning, trying to help out, and they still are holding 2 points. Mid got kept again by Foxy Gossip Girl. Ugly could have kept that if they didn't went to Quarry, but now the question is, did they get enough time? Did they buy enough time to hold those 2 points?
And we are seeing now Ugly more than likely is going to take control. Back up here at the Graveyard, we have 2 other members of Ugly as well, engaging Lord Helseth as well as Foxy Gossip Girl. Going to get feared off the point there, Lord Helseth trying to get Foxy Gossip Girl back up, but we are going to have that Chaos build. Lord Helseth choosing instead to optimize him back up into the fight here now, using the Illusion of Light. They need to take out either Leggy or Scout Can here pretty quickly, though, if they want to keep Foxy back in this fight. Leggy getting somewhat low, going to be jumping around here a lot. Gets chained up by those grenades, possibly getting brought back down here in a second here. His stealth's going to expire, and he's just going to evacuate. Seeing now that Foxy Gossip's Girl's Illusion of Life has expired here now, but Helseth will still go get him back up and actually take down Scout Can here now, keeping that point in control of Denial Esports. And again, the fight over here at Waterfall is still going. It's been like 5 minutes now.
Yeah, every team is very dedicated about that point because Quarry isn't contested at the moment, and the other team members of Team Ugly probably said they can take mid, which they couldn't, and now again Denial Esports in that is, I would say, relaxing position. They got 2 points. They know they can hold Waterfall like they did the last couple of minutes, and actually now it's starting to pressure Quarry again, so they will get the eventual 3 cap.
As we're going to see here now, they are coming in for that. We are having the engineer for Denial Esports take the Quarry point. They're going to have control over that. Back at the Waterfall, the fight is still escalated. Again, no clear run as of yet. Mufasa TK is down, but they are within range to res here now. Destam's going to come in from Hykso, but he is going to miss as he uses his deception to move away from that now. Bodies piling onto Mufasa TK, trying to get him back up, and he gets brought back up. At the same time, Tempe was brought back down as a trade-off for that res. Vanish trying to come in for the stomp now. That misform is going to be available. Actually interrupted without using the misform now, so Mufasa might have room to res here, but it's still. And now the fight, I think, is finally shifting away from this point. Now we have another engagement engaged over here at middle. Beersugar tried to come in to decap, which he did do successfully, but 3 members of Denial Esports are going to knock him out as well, and Quarry has gone back into favor of the red team.
Yeah, Denial successfully defended Waterfall, already transitioning into mid with 4 members of their team, getting rid of Bierjinger. Leggy couldn't step up because he was too low. He can't jump into that fight to turn something around, and Waterfall is defended by Hixotistan. So I think they are again in a safe spot right now, trying to pressure Quarry. Fox the Custom Girl going there against Can Scout, and Vanish actually joining now too. So we will see the next fight erupting there, I guess.
Indeed, that is going to be pushing in there now. I think they're really, at this point, like we saw again the same exact match between Denial and Team Paradigm, I think at this point they're really just trying to buy time for themselves, as they're only about 40 points away from victory now for Denial Esports here, and they're really just going to take down Scout Cam. Might even get the decap off here if reinforcements don't come in time. Red Team seeing this, Team Ugly seeing this, is going to move the pressure back over here to the middle now, try to take down Bruce Willis. Mufasa TK's down body is still here at the moment. Actually, never mind, that was a bad nameplate there anyway. But anyway, Mufasa TK fighting at the moment against Bruce Willis. Beer Sugar is going to knock Bruce Willis off the point here now, trying to get him down here. Going out of the point, still holding strong, but in all honesty, it's not going to matter much here. Ugly, unfortunately, despite their... I do think their big mistake there was focusing far too much on Waterfall. Like we saw there, Denial Esports is going to win this one.
Yeah, Ugly, the whole team was really dedicated about Waterfall, but they lost sight of Graveyard. Actually, we saw Leggy tapping Graveyard, decapping it, then helping out at Quarry but not moving into mid straight again. So they lost that point again. They got the decap, just went away, left it decapped, and there was just someone from Denali Gaming capping it again. So the 2-cap was all the way through the game with the initial 3-cap, of course.
Indeed. So Denali once again showing that they're one of the best teams here on EU, outsmarting Ugly there, winning that match, and they're going to get their ranking points. All right.
Worth nothing.
Yeah, worth nothing at all, except EP stuff. Anyway, I think we're going to